Hi, Park Ridge. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Coming to you from my office this morning on this Wednesday. Wanted to make you aware, just a reminder of a couple of things. Number one, this weekend we're having the Trunk or Treat drive-through. It's going to be fantastic. 5 to 7, October 31st. Hope you guys can be there and be a part of what's happening. Secondly, recently you all who are church members gave us nominations to serve as deacons and also one nomination for administrative leadership team. We have those people now. We have interviewed them and confirmed them within both the deacon and administrative leadership teams. And now we will be presenting those back to you via an email that you will be receiving. And then you'll be able to confirm them as well by way of an electronic vote. So keep your eyes open next couple of days, receiving that information and joining in with us on these great folks coming on board to serve with us in this capacity. I wanted to share with you today from 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. And this passage of scripture, as many of you know, was so formative in my call to ministry, ultimately in me becoming a pastor. While I was in college, I kept running into these verses over the course of a couple of weeks in a lot of different places, and God used them, especially the 5th verse, in such a powerful way in my life. Paul is writing to the church in Corinth in his first letter, and he's reminding them of his special relationship with them and the way in which he came to them. And he wrote these words in the 2nd chapter of 1 Corinthians. And when I came to you, brothers, I did not come proclaiming to you the testimony of God with lofty speech or wisdom. For I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my message were not in plausible words of wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. And here's the key. This is the verse that God used to really clarify and direct me in a new way. From what was a business major, going to be an accountant, I really felt like God was leading me to that, to a life calling of ministry, which is where I still find myself. And here's the verse. So that your faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. I think the heart of a Christian, to follow after the heart of God, the power of God, the wisdom of God, is always in a conflict and a tension with us running after the wisdom of men. And let's just be honest, we live in a day and age where the wisdom of men is prevalent. The wisdom of men is not always bad, but often it is skewed in such a way that it runs afoul or runs against the direction that God might give. For me, that was certainly the case. My goal was to make a lot of money. My goal was to live a comfortable life. My goal was to get what I could get. I don't think I was a terrible guy, but I wasn't truly making decisions based on the direction God had for me. And when that shifted, I went in a completely different direction. So if you're following hard after Jesus and living in the way he wants you to live, fantastic. Keep it up. Keep doing the things that God's calling you to. He's placed you in your vocation, whatever that vocation is, so that he might use you for his honor and his glory. But if there's within you something that's saying, I want what I want and I want it now, and I want my way and I want my direction, you fill in the blank, then maybe it is that you're missing the very thing that God has for you. So be very careful that you're not running only in the direction of the wisdom of men, but are you also running in a way that places your faith and your trust and your hope in the power of God, so that your faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you this weekend, and I hope that the rest of your week is absolutely fantastic. God bless you guys.